do not bother starting self-development. Self-improving, do not bother. Don't. And you might be asking, whoa, isn't this whole channel about that? Why are you saying that? Let's dive into it. I've seen a lot of videos online talking about self-development, whether it's Gary Vee, whether it's business, and it's a lot of like inspirational stuff. It's very like motivating, and it's this beautiful life you want to build. But the honest truth is it sucks. It sucks. Like, while the end goal, whether it's you're trying to like improve your dating life or do business or, you know, do NoFap, while the end goal is phenomenal and the whole concept of it and that dream life that you're taking each day to build up to it and the rewards that come along the journey are beautiful. I wouldn't trade it for anything. It's fucking hard. It's hard, man. It's not easy at all. And I want to tell you a story for a second. Let's say you are a young man and you want to develop yourself, okay? And let's say one of the areas that you choose to develop yourself is dating, all right? You want to crush your anxieties with women. You want to date beautiful women. You want to date women where there's a genuine desire between the both of you. It's not this lopsided nonsense where, you know, she only wants you like 10% of the time and you're constantly chasing her, or, you know, vice versa where, you know, girls are constantly chasing you. You're kind of dismissing them because you don't find them attractive and you're not genuinely into them. You want to like fix that, okay? And that's something that I'm also embarking on naturally throughout my day-to-day life. I'm not like this maniac that wants to like go out for 10 hours a day and just approach a bunch of chicks, but I do push myself when the time arises throughout my day to meet women. And well over a month ago, I met this one girl by Walmart and she was gorgeous. I saw her, I'm like, she's beautiful, I gotta talk to her. We talked, we hit it off, and then we went into Walmart together. We started doing our groceries together, just having a fun conversation, very laid back, very casual. We exchanged Instagrams, and then 3 days later we met up, okay? 3 days later. And I was nervous going to meet up with this girl because she was gorgeous. Like, she was my 10 out of 10, beautiful girl. And I was like, I'm intimidated, I'm a little nervous, I'm a little scared, you know, like, can I really like pull this off? I had a ton of thoughts running through my head, So we met up to smoke a joint, and lo and behold, like 30 minutes after just hanging out with each other, I was like, yo, let's just go like watch some the Travis Scott documentary at my place. And she's like, cool, let's go. Basically, this girl was DTF, right? She was DTF. All the signs were there. She was giving me cues. We were kissing a lot. And so I bring her back to my place. We're hanging out. We're just chilling out. We're on the bed. And we're literally all cuddled up and we're watching a movie. And I'm scared. I'm scared, man. I'm scared. I can't pull the trigger to just like be a man, if you will, and lead intimately. And to, you know, take the initiative for our bodies to combine, if you will. I couldn't pull the trigger to initiate anything, you know? We were just kind of cuddling for about an hour, and then she just dipped. She just left. And I could tell like 30 minutes after we were hanging out, she started looking at her phone a lot. And I was like, oh, the energy of the conversation just died. Everything was just dying out. And I'm just like, oh, geez, something's going wrong here. And she pretty much just dipped, you know? She's like, well, if you're not going to do anything, in her head at least, she's like, you're not going to do anything, I'm out of here. This is a waste of time. And she just dipped. And we never talked after that. She like ghosted me, if you will. And that really hurt. That really hurt that this girl was basically saying, hey, I'm here. Well, what's up? You know, it's a situation we all dream of. And I couldn't do it. Like, it's totally normal as part of like the self-development. You know, you can't be perfect immediately. It's a progression. It's something that you rise into. It's something that you learn. It's normal. But it's painful. Going through that is painful. To just be just dumped and just basically the girl just dipped like that. It hurts so much. And that's never really discussed, like these painful stuff. Or, you know, with business, I made a really poor decision months ago with a client, and this client was trying to refund and basically do unethical things, like illegal things of issuing refunds on all the work that I did for them. All the work. They were trying to issue refunds on all of it. Things that I had already done and things that they were happy with. They were basically going and trying to like troll me. and it's called buyer's abuse. They were committing buyer's abuse. And I went through hell trying to work that all out. And people are like, freelancing and running your own business, it's the best thing ever. Dude, don't people who are trying to sell you something, they're going to paint things in a certain way. They're going to tell you that it's all just jolly holly, hoo ha ha. It's always fun, no pain. It's like, if it sounds too good to be true, then they're trying to sell you something. And the reality is that self-development in this journey isn't for everybody. It really is not. And that's fine. I don't have a problem with that if some people don't want to start this, because it's difficult. It really is difficult in its own context, in our day-to-day lives as it is, So if you're not ready to go through hell and pain and struggle, dude, I'm out on my own right now. I'm living on my own. And there is an anxiety to that. Well, I have to provide for myself now. And if I don't keep myself accountable, I'm fucked. I'm going to get evicted and I'm done. And I don't want to bear that shame of having to go back to my parents' place. So there's pressure. There is pressure now. And I'm a sole believer that that's amazing and good, and we need that. We don't have enough of that tension to really mold us and make something of us. On the same token, a lot of people don't realize what they're getting into, and so they turn the blame towards, what it is they're trying to do. They turn the blame towards women. Oh, I didn't know dating would be so difficult and I'd be rejected this much. Women suck. But it's like, well, you had a flawed perspective. Well, maybe someone was trying to sell you something. They gave you some dumb magic pill solution that is worthless and meaningless and has no basis in reality. The truth of the matter is, anything that's great, anything that's excellent in life, whatever it is you're trying to achieve and that you hold precious and that is valuable, nothing great comes easy. There's going to be difficulty. Whether it's with NoFap, there's going to be urges. Whether it's with women, there's going to be rejection. Whether it's with business, there's going to be failure. There's going to be loss. There's going to be times where your business fails and erupts. There's going to be mistakes. The success never, ever, ever, ever is linear. Ever. And we're living in a time where social media is plaguing us with comparison. You look at Logan Paul and Jake Paul. Dude, Jake Paul's younger than me, dude. Jake Paul is younger than me. This guy's a multi-millionaire, right? And it's like, sometimes it makes me angry, but it's like, we need to step back. Who cares? Who cares how old he is and how much money he is? What does that have to do with my own progression, my own journey? Am I using that to motivate myself, or am I using that as an excuse and a way to fuel just worthless emotions? The reality is it's hard. It's all difficult. It's confusing. You're going to feel anxious. This whole journey, all of this is just difficult. But that's good. That's a good thing. And I'm not going to be like, it's okay. No. If it wasn't, then self-development would be meaningless. It would be meaningless. It would be worthless. So, fuck the whole, what's the point of the video? Fuck it. I'm just letting it all out for you. I just want to get it all out. Lately, I've been so frustrated with myself as well, with this whole, creating content in terms of whatnot, trying to make it perfect, trying to, how do I up the viewer retention? How do I do this? How do I up the stats? It's like, fuck it all. I don't give a fuck right now. I just want to be here right now with you, and I just want to talk and just give you my most authentic self right now. And this is the reality of it. This is how it feels. This is how it feels. And it's good. Because it's these moments that remind me that I'm alive, that I'm a human being. It's these moments of pain and struggle that give so much value to the rewards, to the gains. Being rejected by women and being scoffed. One time I was out in Toronto. I was out with my buddies, and this one girl, I was drinking water. I was making a joke, and she found it stupid. So she just grabbed the water out of my hand and threw it in the street. And she was making fun of me, basically trolling me. And I was just there what the hell? What am I to do? As a man, you can't do anything. What am I supposed to do? Punch her in the face? Curse her off? I could do those things. But on that same token, there's a lot of nuance You know, you can't do those things as a guy. You're in there's tough situations sometimes where you can't do anything when you're being wronged by, per se, a woman, because next thing you know, she could just go and call a cop over on the other side of the street, and here I am gonna go be in a cell for the night. You know, like, no. No. It's tough. It's a struggle. But that's great. It's beautiful. We need both. We need the pain. We need the joy. They're part of the same thing. Just like hot and cold are both part of the same thing, the temperature. It's part of the same spectrum. And it doesn't mean that you have to live your entire life in that. Absolutely not. But it does mean that you're bound by those laws of this world. It does mean that this is a world where there's pain and there's struggle and there's bliss and joy, and it's up to us to learn the tools and to develop ourselves to navigate that. And so understand that self-development, it is a journey that ends when you die, and even then carries on into the next life. There is no ending, really. It's just now. Just like with music, just like when you're dancing, there is no end goal. There is no like, okay, well, you know, if you dance for 15 minutes, you're a good dancer, or the dancing objective is complete, or that was a good session. No, it's like you just dance because it's just in that moment and you just feel it, and that's the end point. In the moment, when it's happening. It's eternal. So if you're prepared to face the hardship, enter it, breathe it in, understand it, come to peace with it, if that's something that you can be okay with, then self-development is for you. Otherwise, don't bother. Don't waste your time. You might just be better off taking the normal route in life. And you have to weigh out that predetermined, you have to weigh out that outcome versus, the possibility of the other one. And you have to weigh out the odds. You got to just look at yourself in the fucking mirror. Look at yourself in the fucking mirror. And ask yourself, what the fuck do you want? Who cares what everybody else wants? Who cares what the seagull wants? Can we get him in the frame? Come on, seagull. I believe in you. Oh, no. What do you want, man? What the hell do you want? So that's that, man. If this video is confusing, good. Now you know how I've been feeling lately. I've been feeling frustrated with myself. I've been feeling confused at times. That's it. Peace.